Sadiq Khan plans to growth justice tax through the equity to axle the space in financing florid by the Met Police Force and London Flame team. The Mayoress of London will use new powers to levy the growth that he told would necessarily hit the poorest the tough. The ordinary gang D payer in the equity will pay pound more than per year. Yet, Police Secretary nickname Heard told London as necessary to see more than activity of Mr. Han quite rather than letters inviting for more than cash. The Mayoress's stake of justice tax is break in cash that goes to the welcomed, named the police regulation, and cash for some services, named as the non-policing regulation. Police force and criminality commissioners as mayors, consisting Mr. Han, will now be capable to lift the police regulation by £12 per domestic every year. The Mayoress's stake of justice tax is break in cash that goes to the welcomed, named the police regulation, and cash for some services, named as the non-policing regulation. Mr. Han as well plans to lift the non-policing regulation by the maximal probable sum, £2 per domestic. Several of the cash will go to the London Flame team. Mr. Han told, ministers should hover their heads in embarrassment at their miserable fail to defend Londoners by sufficiently financing our police force and Flame facility and for outgoing it to taxpayers there in London to assist to axle the space. I include been leftward in no selection but to offer growing justice tax to defend our town of the threats how we person, he added. I'm susceptible to the reality how justice tax traffic such who can low provide to pay it the tough, so the is surely not a judgment I get easily. The enlarged regulation limit will promote to an common injectable of pound for 50 meter in police, that Mr. Heard outlined as inclusive and allows regional police forces to be more than efficient. Talk to the building of House of Commons, Mr. Heard said MPs the Met Police Force is fairly the top resourced police force strength in the nation in regulation of numbers of police force commanders and financing per chief. He added, which we requirement to see of him Mr. Han is activity quite rather than more than letters inviting for more than cash. The Social has before January 12 to commentary on the Mayoress's offered budgeting, that will later be coordinated on February 22.